Yeah, I'll definitely learn a lot over the next day or so as the system continues to move over the Gulf of Mexico. Still some changes on the way for sure. And we already saw one change today, actually quite a few changes, but a big one tonight. And that was the drop of our wind speed from 180 to 165. So we had a bit of structure change into the evening. It's called an eye wall replacement cycle. It's typically when we see a fluctuation of strength. However, it is still a powerful and dangerous Category 5 hurricane. And I believe the earlier pressure reading made it top 5 strongest hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico just to begin with. So quite a powerful storm. Like you just saw there, evacuations in certain areas around the Tampa Bay area, eventually making landfall. We're talking late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, right along the coastline there of Florida, and then moving over the state and reemerging over water into the Atlantic this time. You can see how far away the system is from Charleston. At least that's what we are predicting. That is good news, keeping really the higher impacts away from the low country. And you can see all of our tropical models in decent agreement with keeping the storm away from us here in South Carolina. So some good news there. We still have impacts and the possibility of impacts as we continue to track this over the next day or so. Rip current risk pretty dicey, especially as the system moves through. Even after that, high surf definitely a problem. Some coastal flooding looking pretty likely as we track the system. Could even see a bit of storm surge. And because of those impacts, we do have a tropical storm watch for a few counties here. Could see some beach erosion, also some gusty, damaging wind, anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour, maybe some higher gusts in there. It's really going to depend on where the center of Milton is once it moves back into the Atlantic Ocean. Storm surge watch also in effect for some southern counties. Could see some higher water, especially along our beach areas. Future tracker, where is it heading? Like we mentioned, just barreling through the Gulf of Mexico over the next day or so. I'm sure we will see a fluctuation of strength and intensity over the next 2 days. It's around 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. You can still see those outer bands of Milton moving onshore, moving over parts of Florida, and then eventually that landfall that we were talking about late Wednesday night through early Thursday morning. And here we are in Charleston. You can see those outer bands way up to the north of the system. This is 3 a.m. Thursday morning. Some showers, especially along our coastline. Inland spots, it's going to be a night and day situation just because of where this eye is centered. The center of the storm. So those inland won't see much. Those close to the coastline will see some rain, not necessarily heavy rain, but very gusty wind and also coastal flooding, especially through our high tide. So something to keep an eye on Wednesday into Thursday. Almanac for today, though, 85 degrees for our high temperature. Average is right around 80. Pretty dry right now. We're not expecting much in the way of moisture, but we do have a mostly dry cold front kind of moving through the area tonight into tomorrow. Not much on our future tracker. Currently temperatures we're dropping into the 60s. Pretty comfortable out there and comfortable for overnight lows. Hour by hour, you can see those digits will continue to drop into the 60s. Pretty nice for overnight low temperatures, as you can see. All in all, not bad. 7-day forecast, a warmer day tomorrow still, but then things really start to change, especially with those clouds moving in from Milton. Like